Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And we are still in New York. Well, Meghan and Harry are still in New York. Who's watching the kids? I would like to know, but we're not looking at the kids now. No, we're looking at some of the strange things that we have noticed in New York. Well, I haven't noticed them because I'm not an internet sleuth, but some people are. Some people have amazing powers of observation. And it has been observed that Meghan in New York is wearing the exact same blazer and carrying the exact same Chanel handbag as the Princess of Wales has been seen in. And it's not the first time that she has worn the exact same item of clothing that the Princess of Wales has worn. She even wore a pullover, exact same pullover that the Princess of Wales wore. Meghan wore it on her show with Love Meghan. Not only that, she seems to have adopted something of Victoria Beckham's style in recent times, even to the extent that she's got her hands in her pocket, which is a signature style of Victoria Beckham's. So we're asking about the Lewk, as Mindy Kaling called it, Meghan's Lewk, except it's not Meghan's Lewk, it's the Princess of Wales' look and Victoria Beckham's look. We're going to ask why she does this. Soulless Tarot on the tarot table for this one. It is just so weird that she can't seem to come up with her own authentic style, her own sense of who she is. All that money, all those stylists available, all that time to try things on and parade in front of the mirror and refine it. And the rest of us are just living our lives and running after people and, keeping the house clean and food on the table and working and gardening and doing all this stuff. Meghan, what's she doing? Certainly not looking after her kids. Well, I don't have to say allegedly, because we know she's not. She's been in Paris for days, she's been in New York for days. Anyway, as I said, we're not reading on the kids. Not today. Anyway, we're good to go. We're going to have a look at this, why she does it. What it says about her. We'll look at the Princess of Wales. We'll look at Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham, of course, having a big moment with Netflix, a very successful Netflix show. It's all the rage, getting lots of praise, lots of money thrown at it by Netflix. Glitzy, launch, unlike Meghan. So, the star is rising, whereas someone else's star is plunging down, crashing down to earth. Very odd looking reading, as you can see, but we're going to find our way through it. 8 of Pentacles is our underlying energy for this one, this wonky reading. It's my day for doing strange looking readings, I guess. Just done one on the other channel, Signs and Wonders Tarot, if you're interested. Trot over there. Very happy to see you over there. 8 of Pentacles is our underlying energies working. Some might say, if you're the Spotify chap, grifting. It's about money. I thought maybe it's just about the algorithm. If she's spotted carrying the same Chanel handbag, it's one of those crossbody things, then, by association, Meghan gets her name next to the Princess of Wales, gets more clicks, gets more notice. Maybe you can say, see, I can shift product, give me a chance, and off we go. But it's giving me that kind of confirmation, the 8 of Pentacles. It is about money. It's about working. She's working in New York. She was trying to work in Paris. Interesting gossip about that Balenciaga gig that she sort of begged and pleaded for it. We might look at that. I'm not sure if I have the stomach to go back to Paris with Meghan Markle. Who would want to be in Paris with Meghan Markle? Not me. Anyway, that's our underlying energy, 8 of Pentacles. It's all about the grift. It's all about monetizing. It's all about working hard for your money. If you can call phoning backgrid and saying, here I am, about to exit a restaurant, get your cameras over here. That's work. Amazing. Anyway, heart of the reading. 4 of Cups. Oh dear. The Four of Cups is an interesting little card. Never a pleasant sight on a tarot table for me as a tarot reader. I always think, oh no, when I see it, because it's indifference, and indifference is the thing that kills. I went on a ramble about that yesterday, and I could go on a ramble, I won't today, but the Four of Cups is nobody's interested, no one can be bothered, and that's the problem with Megan, is that she doesn't generate interest in herself. There is no self to generate interest. If I get deep and philosophical in this reading, nobody can be bothered, nobody cares. Whatever she does, nobody cares. So she's got to pull stunts like this. She's got to wear the same thing as someone else in order for someone to notice. I was thinking, because I, who am very unobservant when it comes to things like this, I notice energy. I don't notice details like whether your hand is in a pocket or not as you're walking out of a restaurant. I even noticed it, and I thought, maybe she's doing like she did all those years ago when she left the National Theatre and she showed the world that she wasn't wearing her wedding ring. I thought maybe she's hiding her hand, hoping people will wonder whether she's taken her rings off. But no, it's really to try and spark attention, a different kind of attention. She's posing like Victoria Beckham because no one cares about what she does. Tragic, really, when you think of all the opportunities she had and how she squandered them, because the heart of her is just a void, in my opinion. And I forgot to say the usual spiel. So, tarot, fun and entertainment, all my opinion, all speculation, and just reading energy. Here is the energy. Disclaimer in the box below. Let's get to it. Generally, why does she do this? Why does she do it? I've got the Hierophant, and it's in reverse. This is targeted behavior, first of all, at, it's a hideous looking Hierophant. We'll put him away. Goodness me. This is a very dark tarot, but good grief. The Soulless Tarot. Hierophant, first of all, is the royal family. It's one of those cards. King Charles, and of course, famously, he had that portrait done of him all in red. I did read on it, and the energy that came through in that reading wasn't as sinister as the energy that's coming through in this card, just saying. It's quite devilish. But she does want to poke the royals in the eye. So it's partly to do with that, to upset them, to wind them up. Look, I'm going to copy everything you do. I'm going to embroider HRH on my bath mats, my bath towels, whatever, because, you're not going to forget about me. So I'm going to make sure I get in the news somehow. And if it means copying the Princess of Wales, copying Victoria Beckham, who is now a titled lady of consequence, then I will. It's also the Rebel card, the Rebel without a cause. Rebel without a claw. Shouldn't laugh at my own joke, but sorry. Because the Hierophant is all about rules and doing the right thing. And it's not polite to copy someone else's look. It just isn't. It's not the done thing. Who does that? It's very Mean Girls. It's kind of teenage girls, but even teenage girls don't do that really. Only in Hollywood films. But it's rebellious. So she's winding people up. That's what she's doing, because she can. And particularly the royals. What does it say about her? Her lack of her own identity. What does it say about her? Three of Pentacles. What it says about her is that everything is calculated, because it's the teamwork collaboration card. There's nothing spontaneous about this. She doesn't wake up in the morning and think, oh, I feel like wearing that today. And she expresses herself with her clothes. That's how we do it, normal people. And we do it from little. And big fights when you're trying to dress your child and they don't like that look. But Megan is calculated. She's doing it with the Three of Pentacles. She's doing it because she's got it's almost like a schedule, not a schedule. She's got a program. She's got a plan is the wrong word. I can't think. An agenda is an agenda, of course, because the Three of Pentacles is about meetings and teams and what's on the agenda today. And today on the agenda is copying the Princess of Wales, Lewk. calculated. Everything she does is calculated. Tom Bauer, apparently, I didn't read the book. I think I have the book. I think I got bored somewhere along the line and gave up with it, as I did with all of these books. But there it is. There's nothing spontaneous about her. And I think that's why people distrust her. Because you think if you're hanging out with her and you're spontaneous and you just express yourself, she's taking notes. And she's taking notes to use whatever you've just expressed against you somehow. Hierophant in reverse. So let's look at the Princess of Wales. First of all, how does Meghan feel about the Princess of Wales? She's also been having a big moment with that essay she wrote about early years, early childhood development and all that stuff. So how does Meghan feel about her right now? Justice in reverse. Not fair. Not fair. She did try very hard, allegedly. We need to throw one of those on the table right now. Or her flying monkeys tried very hard to run interference in that marriage, as one of the justice card in reverses and meanings divorce. And I think there was great optimism around the time of the Princess of Wales's disappearance, the beginning of 2024, that there might be a divorce on the cards. Of course not. And the marriage has come back stronger than ever after the illness and all the trouble that the Waleses went through. That's just a by the way kind of an energy. It's not fair. It's not fair that Catherine gets all the praise and all the notice and always looks marvellous no matter what's going on with her health and with her private anguishes. Not fair. So, why does she copy her? Three of Wands. It's to gain attention. It's to expand her sphere of influence. It's merging potential, the Three of Wands, because it's a business opportunity. It's about expansion and growth. It's a bit chilling that there is kind of a Christmas tree vibe in this card. Oh dear. And we all know that there's a rival Christmas performance coming from Meghan Markle. I'm hoping, as a musician, I'm hoping that Meghan Markle plays the piano. I'm just hoping that her Christmas show includes Meghan playing the piano and even better, singing. All my dreams will come true if that happens. Just that's got nothing at all to do with this reading except that we've got a Christmas tree there for some reason. But she's doing it so she can get brand deals, become brand ambassador. Look, see, I look better in it than she does. She's optimistic about how it's going to be received. If Catherine dyes her hair blonde and gets criticised, well, Meghan's going to wear blonde, whatever's in her hair, and get better notice. She believes, she's eternally optimistic about this, that somehow she can outdo the Princess of Wales at her own game. At her own game. Beat her at her own game with that Three of Wands. It's quite basic. This is quite basic energy in here. So how does the Princess of Wales feel about being copied like this? I would be, I'd have to smudge and do death in reverse. Yeah, it's serious. This is not funny. Of course it's not funny. It's very unfunny. You can make of that death card what you will in its quite literal sense. I'm not going to go there. But the death card is about change and transformation. It's psychological processes as well, because it's Pluto energy, and Pluto takes you down into the depths when you're going through a Pluto transit, and you get remade. You get broken down and you get remade. It's in reverse. This is someone who's going to cling on desperately to status, to what they know, even if they don't, it's not theirs, even if they should let go of it, identities, looks, images, resentments, habits, whatever, not going to let go of it. She's going to cling on grimly to this royal adjacency, and that means copying the Princess of Wales at every opportunity, because she doesn't have her own thing to do. And Catherine knows it, and Catherine knows that this is never going to end. For as long as Meghan Markle is in the world and Catherine is in the world, this is going to happen. Very heavy energy to have to live with for the Princess of Wales. Very disturbing energy, very. Pluto energy is obsessive. I don't often say that about the Death card because I usually reserve that for the Devil card, which is obsessive as well. But Pluto is obsession. Unhinged kind of can't let go of a thing. That's obsession. Let's look at Victoria Beckham. What does Meghan think of her? As I say, Victoria on the up, title, all the stuff. 8 of Swords in reverse. 8 of Swords is freeing yourself. It's a bit of a Victoria Beckham pose here in this 8 of Swords. When the card is in the reverse, you liberate yourself. You find your freedom. And Victoria Beckham has. For a long time, she was obviously very successful in her own right, but when she went down the fashion road, for a long time she lived kind of in David's shadow when he was playing overseas, and she had to follow him and be the wife, the wag, and the fashion brand wasn't doing very well. She didn't really express herself, but suddenly she's found her voice, maybe, and she's really come into her own. And that's in that 8 of Swords in reverse energy. She's been liberated. She's achieved all her goals in life. The fashion brand is doing much better. She's now titled. And all good things are happening. Netflix show, all the rest of it. She's unfurled her wings. And Meghan sees it. I'm guessing because of the energy in that card that Meghan herself feels incredibly trapped in the world that she's in. As a has-been's wife, as her Royal Highness, and all that stuff that she still clings on to. She hasn't found her own voice. Chapters and volumes, books can be written, and I suspect one day books will be written about Meghan and her complete inability to find her own identity. Borrowed everyone else's, all the men along the way. She borrowed their identities. My opinion, allegedly. Why does Meghan copy Victoria Beckham's Lewk? It's been very obvious since Paris. 7 of Cups. This is potential card. It's thinking that, it's a bit similar to this 3 of Wands actually. It's thinking that if she does this, it's going to bring opportunities to her. She's deluded. It's a card of being deluded, the 7 of Cups. If she does this, people will fall at her feet and throw things at her, ambassadorships for brands and all that sort of stuff. So she's pretty deluded about this, but she thinks that this is the way to go in order to make new opportunities for herself, even possibly with Netflix. So how does Victoria Beckham feel about it? They famously fell out way back when Meghan accused Victoria of leaking information about her, personal information about her. How does Victoria Beckham feel? Ugh. Strength in reverse. It's a chilling card. Interesting that they both have major arcana, both these women, Victoria Beckham and Catherine, in reverse. And the strength card in reverse is Meghan's energy. It's a sickness. Strength upright is health, well-being. It's in reverse a sickness. In my opinion, Victoria Beckham sees this as some kind of sickness. Meghan's energy as Leo, strength card. The Leo who doesn't have an identity, which is very unusual for a Leo, not to have their own sense of self and to borrow someone else's sense of self. Leos are all about self. And this is not. So Victoria Beckham is quite shrewd in what she's reading into this. But there is also just a hint in this energy, the strength card in reverse, of this undermining Victoria Beckham's own equanimity and strength and sense of self. She doesn't like it. It's detracting from her own power and her own energy and her own accomplishment, her achievement, and she feels it. She feels it acutely. Both of these women are very unhappy about this, in my opinion. Reading energy here. It's all about the grift, of course, 8 of Pentacles, but there's more sinister stuff at foot here. going on here. What does at foot mean? Where did that come from? More sinister stuff for me as an energy reader going on here than just the money stuff, than just a calculated act of rebellion, poking the royals in the eye, poking Victoria Beckham and David Beckham too in the eye. Let's not forget Hierophant is Taurus. I think David is a Taurus, so it could also be not only poking the royals in the eye but also David Beckham. Just interesting that that's come through now. It's not a healthy energy on this tarot table, in my inexpert opinion. That's the reading. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.